This one is important, Ryan. You are playing this game since 1 year. You said you will tell me their names. How can I trust you that this time you will tell me the killer name while clenching jaw? He let out a deep sigh before speaking. Whose contract I'm giving you is the leader of your father's killer. You grabbed his collar. Who is it? Tell me his name. I swear, if someone else did it, they're not able to see tomorrow's sunrise. And he is about to lean closer to your face, but you put on his chin. Don't cross your limits, or I will slit your throat. You said while gritting your teeth, and he laughed like a maniac. You jogged him. Tell me his name quickly while reloading the gun. John Jungkook, and you froze at the spot when he said the name. Cool, I told Dad about you, and he looked at you with a soft smile. Then he wants to meet you. He chuckled. So will you? And he put his hands on your shoulder and looked at you. Sweetheart, I will surely, but not this soon. But at the right time. You removed his hand from your shoulder. About to walk, but he held your wrist and you looked at him. Do you really love me? You asked out of blue, and he gave you an intense look. And then suddenly he pulled you, reducing the gap between you two, and moved his face closer to yours and stared deep down in your soul. I love you more than anything, understand? If you still have doubt, should I show you how much I love you? He said in his husky voice, and pulling more closer to him. And you pushed him gently, remaining with your cold face. Are you really serious about our relationship, huh? He looked at the sadness in your eyes, which breaks his heart. Then he pulled you in his embrace, a warm hug where you feel safe. Don't be upset. Okay, tell me the time, he said while brushing his finger in your hair, and you smiled innocently and looked at him. He chuckled, looking at your reaction. You are a kid, Ryan, my kid, and you squint your eyes. Am I your kid? He chuckled again. No, you are my girl. Now it's fine. You kissed his cheeks and walked. You shut your eyes to prevent your tears to come out and take a long breath. He is an undercover mafia king, but in front of the world, he is a reputed businessman. His real identity is hidden from the world. All the police officers work under him, and who don't obey him, he kills them. And your father is one of them. Your grip tightened on the gun, and you clench your fist. Show me his photo, you said. He's undercover mafia. Only few people have seen him. Tomorrow is a business event where he's going to appear. It's a golden opportunity. And he took out his phone and showed a picture where you see a tall man wearing mask and a hat. His face is not that visible. How will I recognize him? It's dangerous. I don't want any innocent people's life in danger. Well, that's easy. He wears a chain of his name, JK, which is so visible. And secondly, he's the main event. You will automatically recognize him the way he's surrounded by the bodyguards. His face is still not revealed because he's only hired of Jones. He take over the business after his father's death. His father was godfather of mafias. He clenched his fist, looking at the picture of the person who he used to love unconditionally. He looked at the picture with his dark orbs, and then he took out the lighter from his pocket and burned it. And two persons in the room sighed heavily. I told you what hurt me the most, and you did it perfectly. Greeting his face and hatred in his eyes, looking at the burning picture. What is seen is not always true. Sometimes it's different from what it looks. Exactly. How can you say that she cheated on you, huh? Have you ever tried to find out the truth? Jungkook that glared at them. She is a betrayer like her father. She was broken that time, Jungkook. Also, she doesn't know about her father's reality. Jungkook thrown the photo on the floor and gulped his drink in one go. Sometimes the people you wanted as a part of your story are only meant to be a chapter. There is a tight security on the entrance till you manage to go inside help of Franklin. You are wearing mask and cap, there's a lot of guards and you see the security is more tighter than outside. And you're trying your best not to get caught. There are media person also, but it seems the person you are waiting for still not arrived. And when you heard, "Be ready, the Jungkook is coming," one of them said. Guard quickly got alerted and take their position and made sure no one crossed the barricades. As you look all around, you remember Franklin told you that there is already a person inside who is a traitor of Jungkook. Will give you gun with equipments, but it's so hard to recognize who is that person. And then someone tapped your shoulder and you looked at suspiciously and he whispered something in your ear and you understood he is the one. A tall, handsome man walked inside and he was not wearing mask and he was not wearing the chains which Franklin mentioned. And then your eyes caught attention as a tall man wearing hat and mask, which you remember the details told by Franklin, and two guards on his left and two guards on his right side, three walking behind him. But something you felt when you see his figure, your heart started beating faster. After years, an unknown feeling rushed inside you as you looked at his eyes. Not a very clear view because there are a lot of people also there. You walk closer to see a clear view. The only thing you can see is his eye, which is doting you. "Jungkook," you unknowingly mumbled. And that time he looked in your direction and your eyes met his and your heart skips a beat, but you quickly turned and moved. Jungkook's steps halted at his place and Taekook came. What happened? Nothing, and he walked. "I'm not afraid of consequences, Franklin. I'm here to take my revenge. I don't care if I lose my life," you said in low voice as you are wearing earpiece. And your eyes roam around the hotel where you can find the bodyguards are everywhere as you find a place where there is no bodyguards. But then your eyes caught something unusual as you looked up. A man who is all covered doing something, and you hung up the call and looked again. He was cutting something and it didn't took you a second to understand what he's doing. You looked at the huge chandelier which is shaking, and then your gaze shifted on the person who is standing and talking on the phone, none other than your target, Jungkook. But you don't know what happened. Your heart stopped for a second. You run in his direction, then you shouted, "Jungkook, move!" catching everyone's attention, and he turned. Before everyone could understand what's happening, you jumped on him and you both fell on the floor. You flipped under and chandelier crashes down, shattering into 1,000 sparkling fragments. You both got hurt, not that bad, but and everyone gasped and got alerted. He's hovering above you as your eyes met his, and it didn't took you the time to recognize the person, even if his half face is covered, but his gaze is enough, and this time you are sure that it's him. That's why you were feeling this way. And he stared in your eyes deeply, and when his hand reached to your mask as he's going to remove, but you quickly pushed him. "Jungkook, are you okay?" He rushed to him, and his eyes still on you, and you sit and look at the pieces which pierced your skin, and you close your eyes and press your lips together and remove without making any sound. "How this fall?" he shouted at bodyguards. And when you see a hand, you look up and see the person, but you stand without taking his help and fix yourself. He just stared at you. On the other hand, Taehyung instructed bodyguards to clear this place and find who did it as Chandelier. And fix yourself. And he just stared at you. On the other hand, Taehyung instructed bodyguards to clear this place and find who did it, as Chandelier can't fall by its own. Are you okay, miss? He asked as he is concerned. You just nodded without saying a word, where Jungkook is staring you constantly. In no second, the place got vacant as you are about to walk, but he speaks. You got hurt, sternly said, making your steps halt at your place. But then you let out a deep sigh and remember whole thing, why you were here and what you did, making your mind mess up as you are going to walk, but this next word sends shivers in your body. Sweetheart, he exclaimed. And you turned and he removed his mask, and your heartbeat became uneven seeing this face after years, and your eyes met. And for a brief moment, the world around you disappeared, leaving only the weight of your unspoken emotion hanging in the air. The past mingled with the present, and you found yourself transported back to a time when your hearts beat as one. He took a tentative step towards you, his eyes filled with a mixture of longing and pain. You both stood there in silence, allowing the unspoken language of your souls of the bridge gap between you two. Memories flooded back, the laughter and tears, the whispered promises. But along with the memories, the pain resurfaced, the heartbreak that had torn you apart, the unanswered question that had lingered in the depths of your soul, and automatically your eyes filled with tears which you didn't allow to come out without your permission. What he did next is remove your mask, and you didn't stop him this time and just let him what he is doing. Why, he mumbled. Where have you been in these years? You spoke out of blue and he remained silent. But then your phone rings and you look at the caller ID, it's Franklin. And he also looked and get back in his senses and stepped back a little. You attended the call. Why are you out of your mind? What the heck you did? He shouted from other side, but your eyes on him. He's your dad's. Why you saved him? I'll call you later. First I want my answers. And you hung up the call. Jimin also came running as soon as he got to know about the incident, but his steps halted as he see the environment is intense as his eyes landed on the girl who is standing. Holy fuck, he mumbled and ran to Taehyung. So you are undercover mafia John Jungkook, you said coldly, and he sarcastically chuckled. From how long you hide your identity? And he looked at with you expressionless face. Well, I can ask you the same question. From how long you have been cheating on me? You didn't understand what he's talking about, so you just shrugged off. Don't you try, Jungkook. Answer the damn question. You shouted top of your lungs, and his expression still same. Did you kill my dad? You said in low and deep voice. He heavily smiled. Why him? Jungkook stopped him, showing his palm. What if I say yes? He didn't complete the sentence as you pointed gun on him. Your gaze only on him, which is showing the anger and pain in it, and Jungkook has the same expression. You both sharing an aggressive eye contact, and all of his men quickly take out their guns and pointed at you. Put your guns down before I kill you all. He yelled without breaking the eye contact, and they quickly put their gun down. He still loves her, he mumbled to Taehyung. His eyes speaking a lot, he replied. It's not stabbing back that hurts. It hurts when you turn around and see who did it. You said with a heavy thought, a tear finally escaped from your eyes. Yes, you were right. It hurts so bad. And you reloaded the gun and pointed at him again, and he chuckled sarcastically. And he held your hand and pointed the gun on his head, looked at you fiercely, and your breath hissed on his action, while his man again going to take out their gun. But what he did next make you shocked as hell. He took out his gun and shot one of his men on his legs, making everyone gasp. You flinched off sudden sound. In the silence, only gunshot sound echoed. Dare to point again and then be ready to be next. He yelled angrily and all of his men got terrified. Everyone out, he yelled without breaking the eye contact. But Jungkook, I said out, Hyung. Taehyung has no option but to follow what he said. Everyone out, he instructed to everyone and they bored left quickly, leaving you two alone. He didn't blink and even didn't broke the eye contact all this time. His eyes on you. Somewhere inside you are terrified because of his this side which you never seen. You are feeling like the person you loved and the person who is standing in front of you, two different persons. The whom you loved was sweet and his eyes shows love and affection for you, but he has nothing, a dark aura and hatred in his eyes. Come on, shoot. I'm standing right here, he said in deep voice which is sending shivers to your spine, and you swallowed and let your expression to change. I will, once I get my answers. Why you did that? I'm not obligated to answer you. Deep voice and you clench your jaw. You know, I promised myself to kill my father's killer with my hands, but I didn't know he would be the person whom I ever loved unconditionally. And suddenly he pulled you closer by grabbing your shoulder harshly, which made you hiss in pain. Don't you dare to say that. Don't you dare to say that you love me. A cheater can never love unconditionally. You are the traitor, Jungkook. I'm not. I always loved you with an honest heart. And he pulled you more closer, leaving no gap. Your face is just inches away. Just answer me, did he love you more than I did? He whispered again your lips. Are you out of your mind? What the hell you are saying? Then what's your relationship with Franklin, huh? How do you get to know him? Since when you were cheating on me? That's why you never let me touch. Because you already, before your blood boiled before he could complete, you just pushed him with your all force and slapped his face tightly. Watch your mouth before questioning my character and doubting my love, you yelled at him and he looked at you angrily. Audacity to raise voice even after being wrong, he said in his dark voice, and you grabbed his collar in anger. Were you there when I needed you the most? Were you there when my whole world shattered? Were you there when I was waiting for you? Tears dropped from your eyes. Did you ever try to find your life, whom you used to say the reason you breathed? You yelled as your eyes all red and he just stared at you. You are the one who left me, Mr. Jungkook. It's not me, it's you. You are a cheater. And you jugged him and pointed the gun on him. I'm asking you the last time, why you did this to me? The person who never can see my tears, the person who never can see me hurt has given me the biggest pain of my life, snatching my only support system, the only family I had. Why? Because he snatched my everything. He made me the person I never was and I never wanted to. He yelled and he came dangerously close to you. You think you are the only one who suffered. You think you are the only one who was in pain. You don't even know what your dad was. The person who you are supporting, the reason behind it. Ask him. He better answer all your questions. But if you ever love me, or you can do whatever you want to do. You went speechless as you don't know whom to trust and what to do because your heart is saying, the intuition inside you saying something is fishy. He grabbed your wrist again and pointed at his hurt side. Shoot right here on this heart that it will stop beating fast because everything already died inside me the day I left you and gave you the biggest pain of your life. But this stupid heart still beating for you, even I tried to hate you, but he didn't let me, and a tear escaped from his eyes. Your heart ached seeing him like that, and suddenly you feel like there is no energy in your hands. It starts trembling, from which you are holding the gun. Why are you doing this? If you want, you can kill me easily. You have all your mans out there. And he shook his head. I can't, because I have loved you with an honest heart. And also, I'm your culprit, and I should get punished from the person whom I hurted the most, whom I've ever promised I can't hurt her. I should get punished for all the tears you shed because of me. I promise you that I'll kill the person that who bring the tears in your eyes. And your heart clenched. Even if my love was one-sided, but it was pure, but circumstances are made things different. You are not only one who loved Jungkook. It was never one-sided. It's just what you see, not always true. I don't know what made you think like that. I have only loved a person after my dad. It was you. And you are the first and last person I loved. But you ruined everything. Even if I trust you that you didn't cheat on me, but our fate changed everything. You did that. You never tried to meet me in these years, nor even answering my question why. Because you are not the same person I know. You dropped the gun. If I told you about the darkness inside of me, would you still look at me like I was the sun? As he gently held your shoulder and you looked at him. What's the darkness you are hiding, Jungkook? You looked directly in his eyes. He didn't answer and picked up your gun from the ground and handed it to you. I'll answer you'll get soon. Why you even think she can do that? No one can do that except her, even not you. Really? She ruined my plan. His game was going to end today. I'm warning you, flying plane. Forget about her. Because you never can do that. She never let you. You told that Junk killed her dad, but she still can't kill him. You want me to ruin my 2 years hard work? I want her at any cost. And door opened revealing you, and Leo clenched his jaw looking at you. What are you up to, Franklin? What are you hiding from me? Grabbing his collar. First you tell me why you ruined my plan. I'm talking to him, not you. So it's better if you not poke your nose, Leo. Don't think me as Franklin. I can kill you right here. Young, he yelled. You jerked his collar and folded the hands across the chest. It's better if you tell me the truth. I said what is true, Ian. He is manipulating you. I don't trust you also. You both will not do anything until I find out the truth. Pointing at them, which made Leo mad as he looked at you like he will kill you anytime. Don't forget, Ryan, we trained you. Not for this day that you will give us orders. You looked at him. Why you want to kill Jungkook? You asked out of blue. It's none of your business. But it's my business. What you both related? How do you know he is my father's killer? First you tell me, why didn't you shoot him? And why you directly came to our secret base without informing me? Aren't you team up with him? As he was your lover, you looked at him suspiciously. How do you know about us? We know everything. Don't you know who we are? Just gangster, you blankly said. Gangsters, he mumbled. So you did this on purpose, don't you? Don't forget, Ryan. I was there with you when no one is there. That's why we're still standing. If I found out, Franklin, that you were involved in my father's murder, I will not spare you either. You will die by my hands. Greeting this and you dead glared at him. I'm not gonna work for you from now on. I will find out the truth myself. But don't you understand? You use me in your dirty games in the name of training, but not now. Saying this, you walked, closing the door with loud thud and Leo clenches jaw. I will not let you go that easily. Just wait and watch, he mumbled. I did everything to make her hate him. Even I trapped her lover, but not her. He punched on the wall. She is rebel made by you. You were drinking and thinking about Jungkook and the conversation happened between you two. You closed your eyes as a tear escaped from your eyes. How can you do this to me, Jungkook? Did you really? Father, why? You mumble yourself. That's why you suddenly disappeared. You tightened the grip on the glass and broke it, and pierced your skin and blood started dripping. But your expression is still. Then you heard sound from the balcony and you got suspicious and you pick up a knife and go to check as you see a man wearing black mask and cap. As you are about to attack, but he held your both hand and pinned you against the wall. As you are struggling and you see his face closely and you already recognized him. How did you get here? Stop struggling, my kitten, he whispered and he removed his marks and smirked. Later on, he released you from his grip and you put the knife on his neck, making him chuckle sarcastically. You have become warrior from a kid, he sarcastically said. You also became mafia from a gentleman, he replied. He moved closer, putting pressure on the knife, making his skin tearing and blood drip a little. Your breath hitched and you removed the knife from his neck, making him smile. I swear I'm regretting doubting you, he mumbled and you looked away. How you get here? It's not important. I have came here for the first time. Won't you invite me in? You break into my house, Mr. Mafia John Jungkook. He stared you and looked at your hand, which has blood. He tried to touch, but you jumped and walked inside and he followed. Go back to where you came from and drink leftover drink and poured one more. She is drunk. It will be easy for me, he mumbled to himself. You sit and glared at him as he was leaning against a wall, watching you with a smile. When you looked at him, you saw a glimpse of the old Jungkook in him by his smile, and you quickly looked away. I love that innocent wine, but this one is something else. You dead glared at him. He walked towards you and take the glass from you and drink from your glass, and you stared him blankly. You got up and folded hands across the chest. Did you fix GPS in me? Close enough. He walked closer. You feel your heart is racing, but your face has still expression, and he gently brushed his finger from your face to neck. You close your eyes as you feel goosebumps, and he smirked at that. He still has impact on you. But you get in your senses, jerk his hand and about to walk, and he pulled you by your wrist and back hugged you. Snuggle his face in your crook, inhaling your smell and sending shivers to your body. What are you doing? Shh. It's been so long that we have been this close. You don't know why you are slacking off this time. You close your eyes and it's feeling like your heart will pop out in no time. You both lost in that moment, forgetting about anything, and it's because you are getting high and losing your senses. He turned you without breaking the hug, staring deep in your soul. He touched your face gently and you closed your eyes, feeling his touch. Your breath hitched. You try to push him, but with not the force, because inside you are craving for his touch. Why are you doing this? To call me characterless? You speak in low voice. He shut his eyes but exhaled long breath. I'm sorry, he whispered in low voice and pushed you on the bed gently and hovered above you. And you are losing your senses. You want to push him away, but you are unable to. He placed a soft on your jawline and you clutch his shirt tightly. He packed your both eyes and forehead, then stared in your eyes and gulped. His gaze shifts on your lips and he gave you a long peck on your collarbone. And his one hand trailed down to your hand and one in his pocket and he took out something. He stared you again. He stared you again and all you can feel this love between you two have and the connection. You are taking wrong advantage of my love, you said in drunken voice and he smiled. He leaned closer and you shut your eyes tightly but he pecked your lips and suddenly you felt a pain on neck. You open your eyes. Don't move, it will hurt a little. He just injected something in on your neck. Jungkook, what are you doing? Broken voice as you are losing your consciousness. A tear escaped from your eyes. He take out the injection and throw somewhere on the floor. You can't open your eyes and everything is going blur and tears dripping from your eyes which he wiped gently. I hate you. You somehow mumble and close your eyes as you finally lose the consciousness. He pecked your forehead and looked at your unconscious figure and plant a kiss on your forehead.